Hi, I'm Jonathan, and today I would like to present to you our work, Seeing Colours, Addressing Colour Vision Deficiency with Vision Augmentations using Computational Glasses. We previously presented our work on chroma glasses here at CHI, and in this Tokai paper, we built on that work, extending it further. For those who aren't familiar with colour vision deficiency, or colour blindness, it occurs in various forms, and generally causes colours, those with normal vision, viewed to be different, to be viewed as similar or the same. These simulations here demonstrate how these colour confusions can occur. Traditional means for assisting vision impairments is to use static glasses. While similar solutions exist for colour blindness, they are generally considered to be of limited effect, are static in their application, and are applied across the user's vision, affecting all colours seen, not just those problematic. This is similar in function to wearing sunglasses and filtering all light seen. We looked to take a different approach, using optical see-through head-mounted displays, which can controllably add to the light seen by the user. As part of our research, we conducted an extensive review of the prior literature as it relates to compensating for colour blindness digitally. From this review, we made several observations. Firstly, data sets for testing compensation techniques are limited. Pseudo-isochromatic plates, such as SIGCHI plates, represent extreme and artificially generated scenarios for colour blindness, and are commonly used. However, for more generic, everyday scenarios, there are no data sets that can be used for testing. Secondly, various devices have been explored, including video see-through head-mounted displays, mobile phones, and the Google Glass, on which the most closely related work to ours at the time was based. However, the vast majority of works have been around display-based solutions, and no work has yet demonstrated how to effectively use optical see-through head-mounted displays to achieve this. We wanted to investigate how these devices could be used to create a ubiquitous aid for colour blindness. Thirdly, we found that almost all works had looked to shift the colours seen by users, adjusting the confused colours to another that wouldn't be. This generally involves a shift towards blue. Some works have looked to adjust the luminance, apply patterns, and introduce visual effects as alternative approaches. However, these are limited. Finally, we found that determining what the state-of-the-art methods were and where we should start looking to create compensation methods for our work very difficult. This is due to the large amount of literature that does not provide comparisons to other related works, and large amounts of it looking to evaluate techniques only on computable metrics. Very few works have been evaluated using large numbers of participants. Looking at the plot there, we represent the prior works as points around the radial diagram, with lines indicating comparisons between them. We then coloured them according to the type of evaluation done. Where ideally all the dots will be blue and have lines linking them, we can see that few do. To be able to achieve our desired compensations using optical see-through head-mounted displays, we first modify them by placing a beam splitter in front of the user's eye, which redirects some of the light normally seen by the user to a camera. This gives us an image of the scene as observed by the user. We can then analyze that image using simulations to find areas where they may be seeing colors differently and subsequently causing confusion. We can then compute an overlay to be presented to the user. This overlay is displayed on the optical see-through head-mounted display and combines with the user's view of the world, modulating it. We built various prototypes of our concept. We started with bench-mounted prototypes where the user's eyes were replaced with a camera, before creating fully stereoscopic systems where users could look through but were rigidly mounted to a table. Finally, we created various demonstrative and functional mobile prototypes. These images demonstrate our prototypes in action, with all of the images being taken through the stereoscopic prototype. And you can see here, both with and without the compensations running. We ran a series of studies in which colorblind participants were able to use our prototypes, which I will cover briefly here. Please read the paper for further details. Firstly, we tested the efficacy of our glasses with participants looking through them. First, via a camera in the bench prototype, and then directly through the stereoscopic prototype. In these studies, we were able to show that we could effectively provide assistance in reading the SIGCHI plates. We tested a few different methods based on the closest related work to ours, and as we can see, we were able to increase the participants' ability to correctly read the plates, as well as their confidence in what they read. Note that without a data set of natural images to use, we did start by providing our efficacy on the extreme conditions of these plates. We then compared the usability of our approach to the state-of-the-art alternative. After giving the alternative an advantage required for running our study, see the paper for the full details on this, we found that we performed on par with it, and in some cases were even able to outperform it. For this study, we looked to introduce a small data set of natural images that we verified to have some difficulties for people with colour blindness. The next study we conducted was an explorative mobile study where we allowed users to wear a tethered mobile prototype and walk over to and read a poster in a more natural scenario than the prior studies. We then held a short interview. Other than the known issues of an ungainly early prototype, we found that the users were generally interested in the concept and open to using it as a means of assistance, either periodically or as part of general classes. Finally, we ran an explorative study looking at future research directions for developing modulation techniques, drawing from the many proposed in the literature, looking to include techniques from the various styles we identified in the prior literature of colour shifts, luminance shifts, applying patterns, and creating visual effects, so that we could provide comparisons between them. There's a lot to break down here, so please see the paper for full details, but generally, colour shifts prove readily effective even when we tune them down. Other styles, such as visual effects or luminance shifts, show promise, although further tuning may be needed. And importantly, application to natural scenes was much more limited in efficacy than to the Ishihara plates. Further investigation and work is needed on this. To conclude, in our paper we show that computational glasses can be an effective means of compensating for colour blindness, and that the target audience are open to their use. We demonstrate how optical see-through head-mounted displays could be used as a means to aid for colour blindness, created a small data set of natural images for testing, evaluated user studies in various lab scenarios, and provide comparisons between various techniques. However, there are still many practical issues to overcome, and further user control and context awareness are warranted.